It's Mark Edge with Free Talk Live. You can see us at freetalklive.com. We're live from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 6 days a week, Monday through Friday. Or you can catch the podcast. It's free at freetalklive.com.
Hi, this is Terran Lupo. Welcome to Low Country Liberty Report. I'm going to take you to Liberty Forum 2010. This is Devin Standard's speech about preparedness. Now, Devin used to work for Insight, which was basically a gun accessory company. But he took that vast knowledge and started his own company. I hope you enjoy this 6-part series. As always, good hunting.
Nice to see you. Glad you're out here. And over the last couple of years, the last 10, 15 years or so, I've had the opportunity to live in quite a few different places around the world, including Vietnam and Ecuador, and California, and now here in New Hampshire. So I really love the Live Free or Die State, the motto and the spirit of the people here. And those of you who are not from here but are in the project, please do anything within your power to be able to move here. It's well worth it. They're really, really good people. And the people in this room and the people in this state are some of those who are going to help us fix the problems here. I mean, we do have some significant challenges in the country, and specifically liberty related, and it's only through the hard work and efforts, sacrifice, and courage of each and every one of us and our friends and family that we're going to retake our country and redirect it into a direction that's driven by the spirit of the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, where we are truly free and sovereign individuals as opposed to subjects of criminals and dirtbags in Washington, D.C. So why should you listen to me? Why should you care? One, I happen to have lived in many places. I've been caught in the middle of a war between Ecuador and Peru and came through unscathed. I've lived in Vietnam, I've lived in Ecuador, and been through quite a few disasters. And along the way, I added to what I learned in Boy Scouts. And for me, I think that so many people in this country are becoming dependent upon the government. And think about this, if there's one thing that we could all do, if we were all prepared, or more prepared, or better prepared, if we had several months worth of food in our houses, water in our houses, these sorts of things, then when the next disaster occurs, you're not going to be sitting there waiting for the little FEMA man to come by and give you some government cheese, or herd you off into a government camp where your daughter's virginity is at risk from some guy wearing a blue windbreaker that has a 4-letter word on it. FEMA. It's a 4-letter word. We cannot count on the government to take care of us. Next slide, please. So, what's the first thing that you can do? What can you do today? What can you do now? Know your threats. So these are the 12 points that I'm going to cover. And the first is you have to understand what are the threats that you face wherever it is you are. Whether you're at home, whether you're on a business trip, vacation, there are things that can happen and do happen. Open any newspaper, there are earthquakes in places around the world, fires, floods, all of those things. You have to understand what your threats are so you're able to prepare for them. Make a plan. Your plan won't be perfect, it doesn't have to be. But at least if you have a plan, something bad happens, you're not in a panic. Oh no, what do I do? You say, oh shoot, the hotel's on fire. Okay, I know I have my plan. So here's my this, here's my that, here's my this. Out the door to safety. Get protection. As I said, the government is not here to protect you. They ostensibly are, and that's one of their duties as a collective, but not you as an individual. Only you are responsible for your own protection. Get training. There are fantastic trainers available, and it's still legal in this country. I have one in the front row here, Mr. Tony Lekis is one of my personal firearms trainers. Get trained. It's not just the ability to actually to shoot or do karate or whatever, but it's to think with confidence and clarity and to deal with stress. And because oftentimes when people are under stress, they stop thinking. I had a guy pointing a .45 at my chest in a third world country, and I had a dollar in this hand and a Coke in this hand. And I thought, and he was screaming at me, and I said, would you like my Coke or my dollar? So, just to think clearly. Learn first aid. Very, very, very important. Whether it's just getting a really bad cut on your finger that starts pumping out blood, or a car accident or whatever, bad things happen all the time. Accidents happen all the time. There's one thing I have to say good about the state of New York, where I grew up when I was a kid. In order to graduate high school, we had to have passed basic first aid and CPR. And I went further with that as I was a lifeguard, so I learned all of the techniques, and believe me, I have used them. They come in very handy. And also, it's another element in helping you not to panic if somebody's passed out or shot or fallen down the stairs. Hunker down. Disasters happen. You'll hear many people talk about go bags and evacuation and this and that, and that's great, and we're going to cover that, but the best thing to do, unless you're in the line of the forest fire or the mudslide, is stay in your home. As long as you prepared your home and you've got the food, you've got the water, you know that you have cover or concealment, etc. Stay home. Be prepared to do that, and together with your neighbors and friends and family, so that you can take care of yourselves. Everyday carry. It's something that we need to think about. Every day we're moving around. We're not at home. We're not necessarily in our car. We always have keys with us. What do you have on your keys that can help you survive? What do you have in your pocket that can help you survive? Now, this may look like a pen and it passes the TSA test, but that's made out of pure titanium, and if I have an issue on an airplane, bang, that's in somebody's jugular. He's down before he's even known it. Now, if you have, people have all sorts of tactical clothing these days, you're not going to look like a freak. If you walk down the street like this, you're not going to necessarily stick up. But look at this, I've got a little tiny pocket here. There you go. I mean, you can have them in your pockets, on your...
Is that
a gun? 72-hour bug-out bag. This is my kit right here. I've got a larger bag, I've got a shoulder bag, I've got a fanny pack. I'll hold them up and show them to you a little bit. But if something happens, everyone in the family has his kit pre-prepared, ready, knows where it is, what the location is. Once again, the forest fires come and the trees are snapping and popping. We're not running around saying, oh no, where are the pictures? Where's the this? Where's the that? People, because we made the plan, people know what they have to do. Cash is king. If power goes out, ATMs go out. The government calls a bank holiday, the bank doors are shut. Things happen. Don't walk around with $6 in your wallet. Make sure you've got adequate cash to get you through a situation. Different size denominations, gold and silver coins, also different sizes, extremely helpful. Many a border guard has been bribed throughout history with things like that. Food and water. We all have to eat. I'll cover a little bit about what we need to think about in terms of preparedness. Light and heat. We're human beings. We have to maintain a certain body temperature, and light has very, very pertinent psychological benefits. People are naturally afraid of the dark. There's something genetic about caves or jungles, I don't know what it is. And a little flashlight or a match brings huge psychological relief in times of turmoil. And then finally, cowboy up. They did it in 1776. We know that our ancestors in this country took on the greatest fighting force in the history of the world to that date. I mean, comparable to the fighting force that our particular country has today. We as sovereign individuals, as sovereign beings, we own ourselves. We are responsible for ourselves.